Hi everyone. This is basically a typical Sri Lankan breakfast. So you have the red rice, you have some kind of bean or lentil, you have um, you have freshly ground coconut. So it's freshly scraped from a fresh coconut. Then you have this kind of, it's called this red thing. It's called a sambal, so it's kind of like a spicy relish, I guess you could call it. In this case, it's onions with some chilies and some lime. So basically, you mix that with the freshly ground coconut and the rice and the beans. And what's really interesting about Sri Lankans is they eat with their hands, generally. Maybe if they're in a nice restaurant, they'll eat with silverware, but generally Sri Lankans eat with their hands. So it's really interesting. Americans eat with their hands sometimes. They eat pizza with their hands. They'll hold a hamburger. They'll eat potato chips, popcorn. You know, they'll get their hands messy in that way. But when it comes to a meal like this, you know, for some reason Americans don't want to stick their fingers in this. But what I've heard, it was difficult for me at first when I first came to Sri Lanka to sort of feel comfortable with getting my hands dirty. You know, I guess it's dirty, right? Food oils, you know, food on your hands that you then have to wash later. But as I continued to eat with my hands, Sri Lankan meals, you know, I found that there's more of a connection with your food this way. You know, there's not the barrier of a metal utensil between you know, your sense of touch, your skin, and the food. So you get to really experience it. You get to feel the texture. You get to feel the warmth or the cold. You know, it's very interesting, and you're kind of feeding yourself too, which is really interesting. So they basically, I'll do a little bit, okay, of this. So they just take a little bit, you know, they just take a bit of this, you know, a bit of the coconut and the sambal, for example. You know, you do this, and you just eat it. That's it. It's really good. This is all fresh. There's no, you know, no preservatives. You know, no preservatives, nothing canned. I mean, it definitely is more wholesome than most Americans eat. In America, I probably would eat even healthier than this in America. I would have a muesli cereal with almond milk. I'd have some fruit and almonds, right? I did have fruit this morning. I had a banana, a fresh, amazing mango, which you cannot get in the US. And I had some almonds also, but this is definitely not an unhealthy way of eating. I just wanted to share that with you. You could understand a little bit of how Sri Lankans eat and how I'm eating, really.